I set out to discover what $150 gets you in Chicago in just one day. And if you saw my Amtrak video where I compared a roomette versus coach class between New York City and Chicago, this is exactly what I did between those two trips. So today, we're testing the real prices, real food, and real experiences of America's Windy City. Let's see how far $150 actually goes. Welcome to Union Station, Chicago. Wow. Welcome to Chicago's historic Union Station. It is a classic Beaux-Arts influenced structure, Beaux-Arts being a French word for fine arts in English. Very majestic, ornate on the inside and out. Pretty impressive Great Hall. So even from the outside of Union Station, you can still see that Beaux-Arts fine arts design to the building, very ornate building. A couple blocks away and you have what they now call the Willis Tower, but Sears Tower. The Willis/Sears Tower is the third tallest tower in the United States, just third behind two in New York City, One World Trade Center, and the Central Park Tower. As we make our way over the bridge here, and we can listen in on the architectural boat tour. I hear that is the best thing to do, but we do not have time for that today. But I hear if you come to Chicago, you have to do the boat tour in the Chicago River. So we just arrived at Union Station in Chicago. We are here for one day. We have $150 to see how much that budget will take us in the Windy City. It's going to include a Cubs game, some deep dish pizza, and we'll see what else. First, we're going to start with a cup of coffee, or make it a decaf latte for that matter. That's the reality of taking the overnight sleeper, just so you know, from New York City to Chicago. So, that in Chicago is known as the L. What does L mean? It stands for elevated train. It's what we'll be taking a little bit later today to get up to Wrigleyville. So our first stop was going to be that cool coffee place in the alleyway called Hero Coffee, but the line was out the door. So, literally out the door. So, we pivoted, side quest, Goddess and the Baker. You're up next. All right, now that we've had our breakfast, a breakfast sandwich and a decaf latte from the Goddess and the Baker, total came in with tip around $22, which is pricey, so that's going to hurt the budget a little bit, but still about $128 remaining. So, our next stop, welcome to Millennium Park, home of Cloudgate, but more commonly referred to as the Bean. Constructed in 2006, weighing about 110 tons, Cloudgate. It's supposed to resemble liquid mercury, actually. It is also a major landmark for Chicago and one of the most photographed landmarks as well. I think that theory is holding strong today. This part of Chicago is known as Loop, not the Loop, Loop. The reason it got its name is the elevated trains literally loop around this neighborhood of Chicago. Loop is home to the Art Institute of Chicago, Chicago City Hall, many theaters. There's a lot going on in this downtown area. Now we'll make our way to Michigan Avenue. Michigan Avenue being your Fifth Avenue for New York City, Bahnhofstrasse. If you're familiar with Zurich, Switzerland, this is more the fancier shopping district. Welcome to the Chicago Riverwalk. It's a 1.25 mile promenade with incredible architectural views. Plenty of kayaks, plenty of tour boats coming through. A couple of cool buildings that I want to show you. So just to cover today so far, I believe all we're at is $22 spent so far. Everything else has been completely free. Millennium Park, featuring Cloud Gate / the Bean. We're now in the Promenade, which offers just such great views along with the Chicago River. Now here's the first building we'll take a look at. The two circular buildings known as Marina City. And it is literally a city within a city. It gets the name because there is a marina at the base of Marina City, as well as it's a city because there is residential space, there is office space being used in that building, as well as we're going to turn it around the camera in a second here, there's actually cars parked at the base of the building as well. Now, they're also referred to as the Corn Cob Building, and I see that resemblance as well. So this next structure right here, world famous for Chicago, right here, this is the Wrigley Building. Originally built in the early 1920s for Wrigley Chewing Company, and also where you get Wrigleyville, Wrigley Field. This building is based on a cathedral in Seville, Spain, known as La Giralda. But now it is no longer just an office building for Wrigley. It's shared office building. Lots of events can be there. I believe there's a theater now there as well. But just really an amazing Gothic looking building. This next building, we saved the best for last, is the Chicago Tribune. Originally for the Chicago Tribune, the newspaper. We're going to get a closer look at this one, but what's amazing about the facade of this building, also a Gothic architecture, it actually has bricks from all around the world on the outside of the building. Brick from Taj Mahal, the Great Wall of China, you name it, Independence Hall. They even say there was a rock from the moon for a short time that NASA had put on this building. So let's go see what kind of international facade is on the building. Again, welcome to Michigan Avenue, or the Magnificent Mile, they call it. So up here we can see the flag of Illinois, the US flag, and the flag of Chicago as we approach the Chicago Tribune building. All right, here we are at Tribune Tower. Let's see what kind of history we have on the walls here. Marble used in the Parthenon, 447 BC, Parthenon in Greece. Here's from the Butter Tower, the cathedral at the Notre Dame in France. Here is from a bridge in Germany. Now moving up to here, oh wow, medal from the World Trade Center from 2001. And if you want, you can get piercings done. Get your piercings done right next to stone from the Santo Domingo Monastery and Church in Panama City, or the Sydney Opera House in Sydney, Australia. How about this one? From the Bridge of the Forbidden City in China. Wow. Now, as you can see, mostly Tribune Tower is a lot of shops now. Chicago Tribune, founded 1847. Tower erected 1925. So yeah, so now, like I said, we're walking down Michigan Avenue, known as the Magnificent Mile. All sorts of designer shops, stores like this. I've never understood the luxury industry, luxury items. I don't know how people kind of get fooled to buy really expensive pieces of clothing. On the merchant side, it's pretty genius that they can sell a t-shirt for ever how much, couple $100 they do. Here you have Hugo Boss and a couple others. But don't fall for that stuff. Put that money towards something else. Traveling. An overnight sleeper train to Chicago. So I've been hearing the hype about the Chicago hot dogs from Portillo's. This is a hot dog with poppy seeds on the bun, a pickle, and mustard. Apparently no ketchup, and I'll admit that I am a ketchup guy, but we're going to respect the Chicago culture, so let's try it. And I think it's about $5 for a hot dog. We'll see what it is with tax. Oh man, I'm overwhelmed already. Let's see, hot dogs. Looks like we order on the kiosk here. All right, thank you so much, appreciate it. We have our hot dog, and I think we're ready to go with pickles, mustard, no ketchup. Let's see how it is. Pretty good. Yeah. Okay, so there was actually a pepper in that hot dog. When I cut off camera, I did get a bite of the spicy pepper, so just to mention that with the Portillo's hot dog. Still very good though, but watch out for the peppers in it. So, all right, we are on our way to Wrigleyville to catch the Cubs hosting the Pirates. We just got to find our L line. Down to the red line. Let's see, this might be entertainment, me just trying to figure out how to use the public transportation system in Chicago. Let's see, we're gonna hit I for credit. So it looks like $3. Well, good news. We were able to get a CTA ticket, and we got on the CTA okay, but this is where we ended up. We went south instead of north. Rookie mistake, so we may miss the first inning or two, but so yeah, we're heading north now. We've got it figured out now. But hey, here's the silver lining. We found this nice view from the station of the city.
Doors closing.
Well, we made it to Wrigleyville. We have the Cubs versus the Pirates. Wrigleyville, an area where the neighborhood pulses around a Cubs game. Tons of Cubs fans out, tons of restaurants. I can hear the game going on right now. So let's go in and catch, I think we're on the third inning, so let's go. So the Cubs beat the Pirates, awesome game. Leaving Wrigleyville, everybody goes out into the streets. The streets are closed off. Really cool scene. Reminds me a lot actually of Nashville, Tennessee. There's dual piano bars playing with the windows open. Very cool place. The battery in my camera actually died, so I caught some on my phone, but very cool overall. The only thing missing on our budget today is deep dish pizza. We just ordered a 6-inch deep dish pie from Giordano's, about $14. Okay, so for dinner, like we mentioned, Giordano's. We had a slight change of plans with it is currently raining outside. The storm kind of came out of nowhere. So we are at a Whole Foods. We just got a water bottle for 55 cents to drink, and we got our Giordano's deep dish pizza. So here's the reveal. Looks pretty good. I'm not sure they gave me a fork and knife, so I don't know how you eat this, but everywhere I looked they said Giordano's. It might be a chain, but that was who they said to try. Now, one note, if you do order deep dish pizza, this is kind of falling apart. The wait times are normally about 45 minutes. I think it takes them longer to cook these. So, here's our first bite of deep dish. Ooh. Very good, thick cheese. Wow. It's really good. Very good. Giordano's, Chicago. Worth the 20-hour train ride. Alright, so the weather's taken a bit of a turn. It is lightly raining out, but there is a pretty nice sunset going on behind me. We were going to head to the lakefront of Lake Michigan at the Navy Pier. I hear that's something very popular and very nice to see. With the rain, we're probably just going to head back to Union Station, so we will check back in when we get there. We just rode the subway back down to the loop, and I must say, in the off hours, maybe less busier times, they don't open the doors for very long. You gotta be ready, you gotta know when your stop is, jump in and out. I think as soon as they arrive, they're already saying doors are closing. So just a tip too when riding the subway. As we make our way back to Union Station, as you can see, Willis Tower is in our sights. Getting ready for our 20-hour ride in coach back to New York City. Mentally preparing for this. Here we go. Well, I think this will end our day right here, going back across the Chicago River. Thanks for joining me, and in the total, I think we ended up around $128, maybe below $130 spent, so a little bit of room at the end there, but hey, that's, you know, traveling and saving money. So yeah, thanks again for joining, and this was What Can We Get for $150 in Chicago.